Welcome back to the Fairgrounds. I'm Damon Singleton, and Saturday at the Fest is officially hitting its peak. Coming up, Ian McNulty shares a special tribute to the legendary Red Bean Queen. Hannah Levitan is exploring the Heritage Pavillion. Chelsea, Shannon, and Julia Guilbeau take us to the food line to try the fried bread from the Houma Nation. And Doug MacCash sits down with the one and only New Orleans rapper, Boyfriend. But first, a thanks to our sponsors. Enjoy your festival weekend. Plan your Louisiana trip at explore.louisiana.com. And no city is built to host like New Orleans. And New Orleans & Company is here to help. Start planning at NewOrleans.com. Now, let's get back to the action.
Ian McNulty here. You know, the classic dishes of Jazz Fest are the classic dishes of New Orleans. This is the soul of the city coming through the food, and behind every one of these dishes, there are New Orleans people making them. And I was lucky this year to meet Morris and Pam Douglas. Mr. Morris, you've been making the red beans and rice out here with your sister. For how long would you say?
About 40 years.
That's a lot of red beans and rice, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
Yeah, that's a lot of red beans and rice. And this year, something's a little different, of course, because you started with your partner, Judy. And was it important for you to carry on this year in Judy's memory?
Yes, indeed. We had to do it. We had to keep it going. And I learned a lot from Judy.
Judy Burks, the Red Bean Queen of New Orleans of Jazz Fest. She died this year at 83, and we sure do miss her. But her red beans and rice continue thanks to the brother and sister making it happen. Now I'm going to try some of this.
Thank you.
You're going to enjoy it.
Jazz Fest doesn't happen on a Monday, but it feels like Monday in New Orleans right now eating this. That is for sure. Perfect ratio. Red bean and sausage.
Hi, I'm Billy Nungesser, Lieutenant Governor of the great state of Louisiana, and we're about to kick off a great day at the New Orleans Jazz and Heritage Festival. This festival puts Louisiana food, music, and culture center stage. There's nothing like it anywhere. I hope you have a great time and get inspired to come back and experience all Louisiana has to offer. Visit ExploreLouisiana.com and plan a trip of a lifetime where you can feed your soul.
Well, your Saturday afternoon, not looking too bad. The clouds are going to start rolling back in, and there is that chance of rainfall in the forecast. In fact, the model picks up on some potential for rainfall this afternoon. But by the late afternoon and evening, the model clears out very nicely. So it should be a pretty nice night. Take a look at the temperatures. They'll be in the 80s this afternoon. So it's going to be a very warm and humid afternoon and a little bit on the breezy side at times as well. Later on tonight, cloudy skies, maybe partly cloudy to mostly cloudy this evening. If you're heading out to Stevie Nicks, those temperatures will be in the mid to the upper 70s. Hey, this forecast brought to you by Entergy, powering our culture-rich home for more than 100 years.
So you like things curated with a little extra care? Good. This city doesn't do ordinary. It does unforgettable. A little indulgence? Of course, you've earned it. Culture? We wrote the book. Where dinner is more than a meal, it's an experience. And music? Oh, it finds you. This is New Orleans, curated for you. Get started at NewOrleans.com.
New Orleans, we are back at Jazz Fest for another day. I'm Hannah Levitan with the Times-Picayune and NOLA.com, and we're going to be talking about the second part of Jazz Fest. It's New Orleans Jazz and Heritage Fest, and I think that that's a really important part of this entire experience. You know, you have people coming from across the country who are able to see why New Orleans is so distinct from other cities. Architecturally, I mean, the craftsmanship is unmatched. We have, professional blacksmiths, wood carvers, master plasterers who have been passing down this craft for decades. And it's amazing because you can see the live demonstrations and, talk to these people who have been in this industry for years. And it's one of my favorite parts of Jazz Fest. And today we're going to be talking to some of the people who are doing their live demonstrations. I'm here with artist Chris Jones. We are under a tent where there are plenty of different live demonstrations of sculpting and ornamental work being done. Chris, thank you for joining me today.
Thank you.
So tell me about how you got into this. I know that you've been doing this for several decades. You started in Germany, and now you do mostly ornamental work, which is incredibly important for all the historical homes in New Orleans. Tell me about that.
Yes, I started out in Germany. I was originally a ballet dancer, and at 33 years old, I couldn't dance anymore because of injuries. But I worked for the German government, so they sent me back to school. And I already had prior experience doing pottery and amateur sculpting. So I went back to school there, 3 years of school and apprenticeship, where I learned different forms of casting, stone sculpture, bronze work. And later on, after I finished school, I'm originally from New Orleans. I moved back here with my wife, and I met up with Jeff Poré, and I started the ornamental section of his work.
Well, this is amazing. Thank you so much for stopping your sculpture work for a couple of minutes to talk with us, and we will catch you next time on NOLA.com.
In my Louisiana, jazz has a way of making me sway.
Cajun goes way into the night.
Zydeco is the only way to move me. In my Louisiana, blues is a way of life.
When you find your Louisiana, you feed your soul.
Jazz Fest is a vibe, but why let the party end in New Orleans? Grab your keys, let's head an hour and a half west to the Red Stick. First stop, LSU. Say hi to Mike the Tiger and grab some world-famous ice cream at the dairy store. It's a must-have on campus. Next, hit Government Street. This is the heart of BR's Mid-City, packed with lots of unique local shops, bars, and food that rivals the fairgrounds. If you need a little retail therapy or a breezy outdoor dinner, Perkins Row is a one-stop shop for shopping or even dinner and a movie. And you can't leave without a stop at the Capitol Park Museum to see the history that makes this state so spirited. Trust me, the hospitality here is just as loud as the music back in the city. Keep the good times rolling and plan your next Louisiana adventure at explorelouisiana.com.
Hi, it's Chelsea, Shannon, and Julia Guilbeau with NOLA.com, and we're here in the Native American Village.
We're out here trying a couple of desserts that are made by the Houma Nation. We've got the fry bread, which is a classic Native American flatbread. Like I said, the Houma Nation, a local Louisiana tribe, sells this every year. They've been doing it for 17 years at Jazz Fest. They make a sweet and a savory version. We're trying the sweet version today with a little bit of powdered sugar and a little bit of honey. And Chelsea, why don't you tell them about what you got?
This is the strawberry sweet potato blossoms. It's a sweet potato dough, and they just put a little strawberry in there, and when they fry it up, it puffs up and makes a little flower. It's so cute.
It is super cute.
And it's only $5.
And that's a deal. All right, let's give it a try.
I'm going to take this one.
It's everything you want in a nice fried piece of bread, honestly. It's kind of giving beignet a little bit, but in obviously a flatter way. And there's not really any hint of cinnamon there. But the honey and the powdered sugar are the perfect sweetness. It's really great. How's yours over there?
It's a nice thick dough, very chewy. One regret is I do like things a little sweeter, so I probably would go back and get some honey and drizzle it on there. But if you don't like sugar too much, it's a perfect option. I know some people like that. They're not here.
Not me. It's not me. I want more powdered sugar everywhere.
Let me try a little bit of that.
Yeah, here you go. I'll try some of yours as well.
Okay, yeah. No, this is an everyday item.
I see what you mean about the sweetness. I think the strawberry honestly adds enough sweetness for me personally.
Okay.
I don't like it super sweet. So I think that's the perfect bite.
Yeah, no, I do need more sugar.
Getting started with a Louisiana medical cannabis recommendation is simpler than ever. Just scan the QR code or go to the link on your screen. In 5 minutes or less, you can connect with a licensed provider, get your recommendation, and start legally shopping today. NOLA Cannabis Company has 4 locations across New Orleans, with new ones coming soon to the West Bank and Bourbon Street. They even offer delivery to make it simple. Just scan the QR code or go to the link on your screen.
I'm Doug MacCash. I'm with NOLA.com and the Times-Picayune. And I am here talking to someone named Susanna Powell, who I have never met. However, I have been a fan of her alter ego boyfriend for years, and I can even prove it.
Ah. Wait, now how do I know you didn't just go get these from the dollar store?
Oh, I assure you I did not. I got these out of my collection of mementos. These she used to toss curlers and whatnot at her concerts.
Yeah.
So you are retiring your boyfriend persona, the Jekyll and Hyde of New Orleans musicians.
Less murderous.
Well.
Slightly.
So who was boyfriend?
Boyfriend was a way for me to be someone a little braver than I am in my day-to-day life, as a way to try on like different characters and different modes of being in the world. Like, what would it be like if I were the type of person that just was able to climb up into the rafters? I'm kind of like a little weak waif regularly, like, I can't open this bag of chips. And then I'm boyfriend and I like come off stage like bleeding and I like don't even notice.
So this is going to be your last Jazz Fest as boyfriend on Sunday.
Yeah.
Well, I'm against it. I don't think, I don't want boyfriend to go anywhere. After all, you've got a Mardi Gras float. I mean, that is the highest achievement of a New Orleanian. Well, how are you going to handle that?
It's pretty wild. Well, boyfriend will emerge once a year during Mardi Gras, and the existence of this float, and I will put those rollers back in my hair at least long enough for the parade to last. I'm really still committed to that sustainability work of trying to make Mardi Gras more sustainable. And the reason I'm able to make a difference in that is I have that platform of the float and the boyfriend brand. And so it has to at least live for one Saturday a year to keep that messaging alive.
Thank heavens. Yeah, Ferret has taken steps in that direction, so that's ideal. We are at La Petite Theater, which is the least accessible spot in the world right now, thanks to French Quarter construction, because you are opening a musical tomorrow night. Tell me about that. I don't know about this.
Yeah, so my last album was In the Garden, which is Eve's perspective of the Garden of Eden. And it's a musical, top to bottom. It's a narrative story. I've been trying to present narrative shows on stage every time I step foot on there, but it's usually a little more abstract. This is straightforwardly that. And so I play Eve. Big Frida's the voice of God. Jake Shears, lead singer of Scissor Sisters, he's Adam. Peaches is the serpent. And then Billy Porter narrates all of it.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
So it's meant to be in a stage, meant to be in a theater.
Is there anything that I wasn't clever enough to ask that you'd like to talk about?
Oh, that's a good question. Well, you know, I needed the calendar year to do my goodbyes. I needed to say bye to other cities. But in a perfect world, Jazz Fest would be in December so that I could end the year
at the end of the year,
my favorite show. Because it's just, there's no show like Jazz Fest. Jazz Fest is actually kicking off this farewell tour when I wish it could be the finale, because Jazz Fest has always been just such an important, special show for me. That's really more like it's like an annual milestone. It's like throwing a wedding every single year. It has meant so much to me every year. I wish it could be my final show.
Oh, I see. Well, it'll be for many of us, it'll be a way to help say goodbye to a boyfriend and help welcome you into whatever this next thing is going to be like.
I am developing another musical project. You know, In the Garden is a story from top to bottom, and that's just what I keep being drawn towards.
Mm-hmm.
I've loved telling stories within 3-minute pop songs.
Mm-hmm.
But I am excited about telling stories over the course of an entire album. I loved that about In the Garden. It's my favorite piece of work that I've created so far, and I intend to do more of that.
On Sunday at 2 o'clock, make your way to the Gentilly stage to see Boyfriend's Jazz Fest Swan Song. It's 2 o'clock. Get there early. Get someplace up close.
In my Louisiana, sunrise means fresh seafood on the table.
In my Louisiana, every meal is a celebration.
My Louisiana, really makes me wonder.
Ours is fast! With real-life swamp creatures!
In my Louisiana, music is a way of life.
My Louisiana is sheer magic, from sun up to sundown.
Till sunup again. What will your Louisiana be?
When you find your Louisiana, you feed your soul.
So you like things curated with a little extra care? Good. This city doesn't do ordinary. It does unforgettable. A little indulgence? Of course, you've earned it. Culture? We wrote the book. Where dinner is more than a meal, it's an experience. And music? Oh, it finds you. This is New Orleans, curated for you. Get started at NOLA.com.
I'm Damon Singleton. We'll see you tomorrow morning for the first weekend finale. But for now, we'll leave you with the sights and sounds of Louisiana.